Hello, everybody. Welcome to... Ben, you want to take over, Ben? I think Ben wants to take over. Today, who are you talking to? He's so excited. He's a feisty boy right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, everybody. Today, it is finally time. Tom and I are actually at the same point in the MSQ of Final Fantasy XIV, and it's been so exciting.
There was a monumental situation that occurred.
Really?
Yes. Because
it was monumental.
when you stopped progressing in MSQ in 2023, you stopped at so just as we get started here, we're talking about the Endwalker patch.
Yep.
And our first impressions of Dawntrail.
Yep.
We're semi-approaching the second dungeon of Dawntrail.
Yeah,
so
like level 92.
Still pretty early on, but we're kind of like in it and stuff's happening now.
Yeah. That's where we're at. So no spoilers past that.
Yeah, but also if you're not at those spots, you don't want to hear this, you should know that beforehand.
Yeah.
Because what I was going to say is, when you stopped playing, the quest that was in your bar for 2 years was like In Search of Ejdaya.
Yep.
Yes. And so I was making progress getting through, and I got to that quest, which is, I believe it's the beginning of 6.2.
Yes.
Because you were caught up. They released the patch, and you just
I never got to the patch, yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'm caught up with you. You were knee deep in like HJP nonprofit 501c3 situations. And you're like, I don't know when I'm going to play again. Just go ahead and play. So I blasted through the entire patch on my own.
I have never seen you go so like fast through the MSQ.
It was
up until only this.
One of my favorite experiences in 14 so far.
That's crazy.
I absolutely loved the Endwalker patch.
That's what we're talking about today.
Yes. And so for a good chunk of time, a couple of weeks, I was ahead of you for the first time, just in MSQ, not in the game, but in MSQ, I had to turn my monitor away to hide spoilers.
It was a lot of
I knew it. Every time we've done an MSQ, you asked me questions knowing what's happening.
I know.
So I was ahead of you, then you caught up, and then we have been going through Dawntrail together.
Yes.
So we're literally sitting side by side, like doing the quests at the same time.
Pushing the cutscenes at the same time, advancing the text at the same time. It's so freaking
So you've
fun.
always been so far ahead of me. What was monumental was then I caught up, passed, and now we are actually even and going together, which is really cool.
I know, it really feels like we're on an adventure together. It's so freaking fun. So anyway, let's check in with the comments. Tin is here.
Hello.
First, Rar, Breeze, Series here. Ayo, Crazy Doc is here. Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Cirilla, let's go. Finally can ask all the questions. Ask all the questions.
Up to where we're at.
Yes, Maple's here. What's up, Maple?
Actually, are we ahead of Cirilla?
Oh, yes.
Where are you at?
Well, no, don't.
Well,
yeah, don't tell us if you're further, obviously. Atlas is in the house. What's up?
We don't spoil.
This is crazy about Crazy Doc. Every time we've done an MSQ discussion, he's had to watch the replay because we have been ahead.
Is he ahead of us now?
I believe he's ahead of us. So caught up enough to see one of these live. That's awesome. We're so glad you're here. Arcana's here. So excited to hear their takes. I'm so excited to share. We have thoughts. We're excited. Let's see. Pupper's the host. Actually almost done with base Dawntrail. Wow. Nice. Church is in the house. Hey. Violet's here. What up? What was it about Endwalker patches that hooked you, Tom?
We will get into that.
Yeah, I'm gonna star that comment. Doc's almost catching up with Cirilla. Okay, so Cirilla must be a little bit further in Dawntrail MSQ. J-Law, Spudsy says hello. What up, Spud? Meow's in the house. Alcacien. What is this alternative? Okay. So how do we get into this? How do you want to? Well, what you want to start with Cirilla's question?
You want to just start with like overall thoughts, and then we can go through the play-by-play.
Yeah.
I don't think she's here yet, but if Gma shows up, the Endwalker patch has who she says was her favorite character.
Her favorite Final Fantasy XIV
and
character.
As soon as Zero shows up, I got it 100%. I got it why Gma would like her, but I also got like definitely one of my favorite character vibes.
Yeah.
And that's what I would even say. I was a little torn of like, I think this was my favorite MSQ period, just like so far.
Chapter?
Just story arc in the whole game so far. But then I remember like Emmett's storyline and things like that.
I know. See, that's the thing.
There were a few things.
Whatever I'm going through is the favorite, I feel like.
there were a few things that made this one I don't know. What I really liked about this, and I think what really hooked it, is it starts off like it's done, right? Like you've averted the final days.
Yeah, the thing that we've been working on for 10 years.
Yes. So now you're just off on a new whatever adventure.
Literally, my title is still Newfound Adventure.
Yeah, you are a newfound adventure. And I think that was really fun to just sort of like, okay, let's see how something starts. And it starts with very small stakes. Like you're just wandering around and then you find...
Yeah, everyone's just kind of doing their own thing.
Everyone's doing their own thing.
Because also in the game, you do take a break, right? There's a break from base Endwalker to like...
Yeah, several months would have passed in real life. Mm-hmm. Right. And then you come back and you're just sort of exploring this world, and then the story starts to emerge, which has pretty high stakes. Again, like the fate of the source, the world is in danger, it turns out. But to me, I think what I liked about it was so, you're building on a world that already exists. So it's not doing like the world building that like Realm Reborn had to do.
Exposition, like, these are these people, this is what they believe, here's their politics, blah, blah. You don't have to
the universe is built, and we're expanding on it and exploring new parts of it. So I think I really like that. And to me, it was just like, it was easy to follow. Like it was easy to understand what we're doing while we're doing it. Sometimes with the longer MSQs, especially sort of in the middle of like the original arc there, you kind of forget, it's like
so
a
many
quest
names.
of a quest of a quest. And you're like, wait, why am I doing this one thing again? Because it ties back to this, ties back to this, ties back to this.
Right. And you're the one who has to like tie everything together and why it connects.
So I think for me, it was just a really good story. Like I genuinely like the theme. As soon as Zero shows up, because I even remember we were talking about, or maybe we were even playing with people, I don't remember, but in one of the final Xenos battles, when he has like his avatar, it was like, wait,
shadow person.
What is? Yeah, he gets like a spirit demon, and that's not fair. Like what?
Which totally explained my question. Was if Xenos is just a Garlean dude, why the hell is he? Like, why are we at the edge of the universe?
Right.
No, I get why the Warrior of Light is there. Now it totally makes sense. Like, oh, you had to deal with the devil.
Yeah. And it's crazy that the devil was
Zero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maple loves Zero. There you go. Violet is asking favorite themes and moments that really struck that ding moment of story coming together. Let me Zero is awesome.
Okay, your favorite.
I still feel like we were robbed with Zero. I feel like she should have stayed around longer. Honestly, well, you guys know more than me. I feel like it would not surprise me. Third expansion into this new arc. It's all about.
I feel like they left a lot of doors open for like, when we see you again, when we're coming around, and then you have Stola doing her whole thing with trying to find ways of traveling to reflections.
It would not surprise me if there was a whole thing with just her.
What I'm really glad about is that she's not another Moonbreeda.
Yeah,
who's an awesome character and then just is gone.
She was
permanently gone.
Permanently gone. This was just like
Zero just hanging out with Golbez, rebuilding.
Yeah,
having slice. I want to watch that slice of life anime of like rebuilding the 13th.
Zero are literally Cecil from FF4. You should play FF4.
I have so many things.
I know. Let's see. Are you going to do the raids for Endwalker? Yes, we will.
Because lore rating was the thing we talked about in the last.
I think it was Tin who planted this seed in Tom's head about the lore rating. You want to do it so bad.
And we were talking about it last night too, about like a lot of the raids and stuff introduce so much, like they really build the world in a cool way.
Yeah.
But if you're not good at fighting, like some people.
I totally forgot to talk about the jersey. So can we do that first?
Oh yeah.
Check it out. I'm wearing the new HJP jersey. This is a hockey jersey.
You got the C for captain.
I know, that made me so happy. Thank you, Church. Church is on our
C for church
in the HJP merch guild, and so we've been kind of brainstorming different things that we can get merch things for HJP. Obviously, I want to do things like stickers and mugs and things that are smaller. But there's a lot of interest in apparel, t-shirts, hats. I'm a little bit biased with the hockey jersey. It does say here. Let me see if I can do a little spin here.
Some church merch. Your name is HeatherJustPlay, and then it has your player number 34.
Yeah, my player number was. Anyway, I love it. It's awesome. And even though it's 117 degrees outside and quite warm, I wanted to wear it for the stream. So thank you, church. Yes. Yeah. So if you were interested in, or if you have merch ideas for HJP, or maybe you do art, you have like screenshots that we can put on a mug and stuff like that. We are open to it all. There's a whole channel. Even if you're not officially in the merch guild, you can drop your ideas in there. But I just want to make sure that everyone is aware, because I think in fall we can probably do our first couple merch things. So that'll be really fun. So shout out again, church, for doing this.
For the church merch.
For the church merch. I love it. All right. Mega Man, do you think it's time for the Scions to retire, get new members, cycle out the older members?
I'm very surprised that they all survived this far. And my answer to that is, after watching what happened with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. It didn't end well. I'm okay with new people joining, but like the retiring, it didn't. These characters don't age the same way that real life actors do, so you don't have that same issue of like someone's real life being dominated for 15 years.
Cycle out is the word I would say, but I think what I would want, that is kind of related to that question, is for time to pass. So like I want to see Alphino as like
tall.
Yeah, as like Urianger age. Like
I would be fine with that.
Get everyone to age like 10 years.
I'd be fine with focus shifting to like, I'd be fine with like Zero becoming a Scion, or what happened to Lise, who I know she says she's not a Scion, but like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be fine with, which I mean, they kind of do shift focus here and there, but I like the Scions a lot. Endwalker main expansion and patch gave me a totally different appreciation for Y'shtola.
Yeah.
Who up until then had been my least favorite Scion. And now I like really, really like her a lot.
I feel like every Scion has like their own place. Like they're in charge of a thing. They specialize in a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I always liked her.
Everybody just seemed like they were gelling. It just sort of like their specialties just really like gelled well by the end there.
Yeah. So Violet, your question about favorite themes and moments, I think we're gonna go through kind of just like all of them. So
yeah.
So how do you want to start at just the newfound adventure? SD goes to Rad's and finds a map.
Yeah, he's just looking.
That's a little shady.
Yeah, which he knows is like.
But honestly, like I love how just that's how it starts. It's just like I'm going through the bazaar, and there's a peddler.
Yeah, this seems sort of interesting.
There's like he knows it's a con, but he's like, well, we got nothing else to do. Let's go check it out.
I think it was a combination. Like one, we actually needed the map to that area anyway, so just as like the function of a map, it was helpful, not necessarily treasure map. And then two, I think he was just interested in like, why is this con a con? Like, why is this happening?
Well, I think he was like, he knew it was a con. Why is the child helping out?
Right. That's what I
yeah, like the child survivor refugee kind of.
But it also does play back on his like lack of awareness of money and stuff.
Yeah. I heard you giggle out loud for that.
Well, because I always think back to whatever quest it was where he had to buy like the ether sickness medicine, and he's just completely instantly getting taken advantage of. I guess that was Shadowbringers.
Yeah. Let's see. I love my Scions. I wouldn't want them to change. They didn't all survive.
Well,
Boop, boop, boop. I mean, technically, Thinkred retired, and my precious Lise, they're kind of aging when traveled to the first due to time dilation. I'm okay with the idea of some expansions. Some of the Scions are just off doing their own thing, and then the focus is on one or two for an expansion alongside new characters.
Yeah.
According to lore, aren't they like all in their 20s, early teens in AR, and there's only been like 4 to 5 years over the course of the expansions? I think you're giving Estinian way too much credit. Oh, it was Endwalker.
It was early Endwalker.
Yeah, because it was in Rads.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's where it was. Okay.
Yeah, because SD wasn't in.
Right, because we went. I think I thought it was Yulmore, which doesn't make sense, but it was like, I remember it was a thing of like, he's getting taken advantage of, but then it's like, what's going on here that's making people need to overcharge?
Okay, so let's advance. We follow the map. It takes us to this underground dungeon, which is really fun, but I actually didn't replay it because that was in 6.1.
Oh, okay.
But I remember I saw your screen and there was like the spikes on the ground, and you had to like you're like spinning or something.
Well, yeah, because you go underground and you find this treasure, and then Varshan / Ritra shows up.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Are you like treasure robbing? Are you like
what are you doing here?"
Yeah, and we're like, kind of, but not really, but kind of.
Yeah, and then he's like, he tells you the true purpose of the treasure coffers, which is it is hiding a void gate.
Yes.
Or a terror or something, whatever. So, a thing that goes to the 13th, which is the void.
Yeah, and is that when we find out his sister is in the 13th as well and has been there for 5,000 years. Just a wee bit of time.
5,000 years. Ashdaya, dragon of the first brood, and best siblings with Ritra.
Right.
And I don't remember the idea of, well, we're just going to go try to get her.
Well, I think we, as in like Warrior of Light, the Scions are like, well, we're looking for something to do, essentially. We can help. And then Varshan is very, very hesitant.
He's
like,
so
one, he doesn't
sus.
want to even give himself the chance to hope.
Yeah.
Then he's really sus. And then he's also racked with guilt because everything just finally ended.
So much time has passed. Yeah.
So much time has passed, but also like, his
He's
whole
now.
city just survived this crazy calamity, and now he doesn't want to abandon them.
Yeah, he's got to focus on rebuilding and all of that.
Yeah.
But we go.
We do go.
We've this, that, and the other. We end up going.
Yeah, and he gets convinced that like it's because you've taken such good care of your city that the people will continue to take care of it while you go and do your thing.
Go find your sister.
Then we end up going to the moon, and we go everywhere.
No, we just go to
not instantly.
Yeah.
We go to a really cool dungeon.
Yeah. The Fell Court?
Yeah.
Okay, that was really cool. Just being able to like walk in the dungeon as part of the MSQ.
Yeah, because
like,
you go through the dungeon, which was very, because you go to the 13th, and the dungeon itself, everything's very warped and strange, and so it really makes you feel like you're going somewhere weird.
Yeah.
And then you finish it, but then you have to like keep going back and forth through it as part of the MSQ.
Which I thought that was cool. Like
the dungeon maps are so cool, though.
Really, it was a long trek, but like I like that you can actually just walk through.
You don't usually get to appreciate the dungeon maps.
Yeah.
In that way.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like, oh, here's this room and this room, and that you can kind of imagine like, oh, here's what it would obviously. This is what it looked like in the past and stuff like that. That was cool. And then we bump into Zero.
Right, that's where we find. Well, she looks very unfriendly. She doesn't even have a name at first. And
we
give her the
name.
crystal.
The crystal.
And then she's able, because she's like the avatar with like the hands over the face.
Oh, the crystal. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. So she looks like Xenos' like shadow person.
Well, and that's what's confusing, is because as you're going through before that part, the earlier, I guess 6.1, you're seeing these meanwhile cutscenes where it's like this crazy figure like reappears somewhere, and it's like, and thus I have returned. And I was like, oh my god, it's Xenos is back.
Oh, but it's Zero returning to the 13th.
It's Zero, but then there's also another one, which is then Golbez, and they're in different. It's very similar. It's like I was confused at first, thing I saw the same person return to two. I was like, why does this person just keep showing up in different places?
I have returned again.
And then I realized I was confused by that. And then when I watched you go through it, I realized, oh, you see Avatar Zero return, and then you see Golbez show up, and they're different.
Yeah.
But when you play them a week or two apart or whatever, they blends in a lot.
Yeah, I don't even think I made that connection until right now. Do you think we'll visit the Void World soon, later, never again? I think
later.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't say never again. I feel like the 13th is
too interesting.
Yeah, because there's worlds like the 6th or whatever, or like, I was looking at the encyclopedia because I wanted to see what reflections remained. We've had a lot of calamities, so a few of them are already like absorbed. But there are some that we have never even talked about. And I feel like the 13th and the 1st are going to be the examples that are going to be used as we inevitably try to...
Well, just the whole contrast, too. As you learn more about the 13th, like the place that's overwhelmed with darkness, obviously there's parallels to the 1st, which is overwhelmed by light.
Exactly. So I feel like how, if if you can have a whole expansion about Shadowbringers, I feel like
Well, that's
you
what
can't have
initially
you gotta have the dark.
I was starting to theorize like, oh, Dawntrail is Dawn light bringing light to the 13th, and it's like this whole thing. And I was like, okay, Zero is being set up to be like the main character and everything, and that's what I was, because we had zero idea what Dawntrail's about, and so I was like, okay, I see how this is setting up. No, that's not what it is at all. But it's still, the fact remains that there's a lot to explore there.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but the fact that we went back to the first as part of this arc was like, okay, see, that's what I'm talking about, is like, we're going to need a thing later. I feel like we'll figure out how to get to the 13th and get darkness and funnel it over somewhere. I don't know. I feel like.
Well, Beck Luke is in the tower figuring it out.
Yeah. Gma's here. Hello.
Hello.
Gma, I'm so excited you're here because we're talking about your favorite character.
Also, tell us why she's your favorite character if you haven't already. Gma, I was going to call you Zero.
The Felcourt is one of my all-time faves. Felcourt was fun.
That was fun. All of the dungeons and trials were awesome. And then because finally I got to the Endwalker patch, I could re-immerse myself in the world of Hildebrand quests.
Are you happy?
Yes, very. Now I'm caught up again, so I have to finish the Dawntrail main part, base layer, whatever, before I can do more. But the Hildebrand duties and trials were amazing. So again, that just added to the patch fun.
We do know about adventure mode. You know about adventure mode, right?
Oh, where you can just go and explore, because then you can read stuff and do things.
Yeah.
But when
it was part of it, that was cool.
Yeah, because that's optional, and when you feel, at least like I do for the past year, feeling buried by trying to catch up with MSQ, I'm not gonna do that, because I just am trying to get through to catch up.
So Kay is doing a 14 specific trivia edition.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so perfect. you can. He wasn't gonna get any of them.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple 14 questions, but yeah. So for anyone here, if you are new to HJP, we have a whole community Discord server. There's a link in the description. We have a ton of events that are 14 centered. And one of the things that we have coming up is a trivia night, a quiz night, all about 14. So if you are caught up to 6.5, join us. We will have that.
That's fun.
In our Discord. Kombucha, I have no idea what you're all talking about, but come by to say hi. Good to see you.
Hope you're doing good.
Maple, we met the Warriors of Darkness from the first. They had an entire expansion before reaching the exactly, because they were patch. Ardbert was patch.
Right. Yeah.
Remember Warrior of Darkness, and then we didn't see them until Shadowbringers.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like. Oh, the thing is, we're not even anywhere near. We're what. 15-20% into Dawntrail, so I don't know what happens.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like, I've tried to have zero spoilers of Dawntrail and going into it not knowing anything about it. I don't think we go back in this base expansion or what has been released so far.
You know what's so crazy? This is the weirdest feeling, is I don't know anything.
Yeah, neither of us know.
Yeah.
It's not me going
Usually I ask Tom questions that you guys
know.
I ask
and
him,
you look at the
what
camera. Not this time. We have the same basic knowledge.
Let's see. I doubt we'll go anywhere in Dawntrail. Sadly, we only have 2 more major patches in the expansion, but maybe the next one will have more reflections.
Because Dawntrail, they did 7.3 was the recent one, right?
Yeah, and I think that wraps up Dawntrail.
And 4 and 5 start moving into whatever's next.
Yeah. Adventure mode is great for screenshot archers.
That makes a lot of sense.
Let's see. You meet Yugiri, and then you play Heaven's War before reaching. I thought Yugiri was going to be a Scion.
She's great.
But I get that she has her. Okay, so anyway.
We're going way back.
Yeah, sorry. Where were we?
Well, now we've met Zero.
Yeah.
We're in the 13th. And then you kind of go with Zero to her home, which I really liked, especially the theme, going back to the theme. There's a lot of theme about friendship, trust, and belonging, which Zero did not understand, obviously, up until this point. But she had sort of unwittingly put together this island of misfit toys of Void Scent that... This
is Tom's favorite thing.
I love the islands of misfit toys.
You love this.
Yes.
That's HJP. That's your high school program you built.
I think some of those important things in the world is that. And she has the Void Scent who essentially don't want to be stereotypical Void Scent. They're kind of opting out and just trying to...
We want no part.
I'm sure they
of
will all be
this.
ones that could be very helpful now as they're trying to get into the rebuilding and everything.
Yeah.
But she's kind of unaware of that. She just sort of like helped maintain that, but she doesn't
Well, it
understand.
seems like Zero is suffering from 5,000 or whatever
Unknown
aeons
amount of time.
of just being like floating in
Yeah.
darkness. She has no memories. She kind of has some memories. We find out more along the way.
Yeah.
But the only thing that she really is like evident with her is the transaction of
Right.
ether to ether, and that's it.
Everything is, I will only do something for, I need ether, so I'll do whatever you need
Yeah.
for ether. It's just like a mercenary, basically.
Yeah, that's it. There's no drive, there's no ambition, there's no goals.
Well, because they
It's
can't
just-
die. That's the other thing is there's
Yeah.
no, they have these miserable lives that they can't escape because even if they die, they just come right back. So they can't die. So it's like, okay, I just need ether to keep existing as painlessly-ish as possible, and that's it.
I thought that her whole outlook, obviously was like it's out of her world that she has that outlook. But I just thought it was so interesting that like she just kept asking why. Why would you help? Why do you care?
Yeah.
Why are you going out of your way? You don't owe that guy anything. He's not giving you back. Like she was just like, why? And I see why she's asking, but I feel like to see Alphino and Alizé respond with why not?
Yeah, because we can't, because it's the right thing to do. Like,
Yeah, what does
they
that
need help and
mean,
we
though,
can
right?
help.
Like, how do you,
Yeah. But
because it's hard to explain that to someone who is not inherently like altruistic and generous and
right. I think the Scions are really good because it is less about like it's the right thing to do, which is very vague, but it's more like they need help and we're able to help. And it just, that's as far as it goes.
Well, I did think that the whole expansion did a really good job of showing why it matters. Because
Right.
obviously Zero like comes around.
Yeah.
She gets it. Trust the whole thing. Trust. She learns what she has a new definition of friendship because her original definition was Xenos' definition, which
Right.
the hell was that?
Zeno said, you're a friend. You're like, I don't know about that.
But I felt like her understanding was so well done. Like I
Mhm.
like how they like everything that they showed, and it seemed to all connect to me. It didn't feel like, oh, they just spelled it out in text or whatever. Like,
No, it made sense as she went through and had experiences and
met
questioned
Euless
things.
and
And you see her like she's very transactional. Then you kind of see her let up on like initially it's I want to basically get as much ether as I can. Like that's the deal, right? Like I want you to whatever we're doing, I want to be able to get as much ether as possible.
Yeah,
Then she kind of tones it down, like you go back to the source and it's kind of like, oh, like here, this apple will be a deposit, which is like, that's like a very small amount. But so she's like accepting less and less. And then eventually she's agreeing to do things
along for the ride. Yeah.
with no payment in return.
Yeah. She's just like, yeah, the payment is like, I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
I want to see. She kept saying like, I have this feeling in my chest, and I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
she
know
really
why.
wants to figure out what's going on in her world and like if there's a solution to it. And obviously, what has been done isn't working, and she feels like she's onto something new and different here.
Yeah. Okay, let me catch up with the comments. Let's see. Jima, can't really say. I just resonate with her for some reason. My first thought when meeting her was, oh, we're going to kick your butt. Then I realized she wasn't a bad guy. I felt so many emotions. I have to say, Zero's voice acting was like one of my favorites.
She's fantastic.
It was like pure apathy. It was just perfect, but like not boring.
Not monotone.
Yeah. Monotonous. No, monotone. That's a different word. Like other people said, a smile better suits a spoiler, so we smile. I don't know how to say your name, but what are you going to do in case 14 goes offline? Oh, we have all of the games. I would actually, I'm kind of coming out of a 14 break.
Yeah.
So,
You're in it.
I have a lot to catch up on. Yeah. I have so much. I have a notes app in my phone of all the 14 stuff I need to
Oh my
do, which
God.
will carry me for years.
Well, I slightly passed you up in MSQ briefly, and then we're tied. We looked at our playtime, and you're at like 78 days or something, and I'm at like 24 days. So you've already done a lot more in the game.
But there's also like so many other games that would give me a chance to. play other games. Let's see. Jima is secretly an emo goth girl who listens to My Chemical Romance and ironically likes to yell things like "It's not a phase." Cirilla, I think we'll be having an expansion solely focused on the Void World at some point. So many characters have been introduced related to it. Zero, Gaia, a character from Warring Triads, etc. Yeah. My heart went out to her. I want to go back to the Void and help Zero in her adventures. Her story touched my heart.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Once we catch up with comments, we have to talk about Golbez.
Yes.
Let's see. There was a rumor of that. I can't imagine. Okay, so look, I don't know anything about. I would not consider myself a 14 expert by any means. There are many people in this chat who have been playing since like 1.0, 2.0 years, right? My impression, based on what I see, the freaking response at Anime Expo, like how many people are. There's still so much enthusiasm around this game that I can't imagine it stopping before they finish this like new arc.
Great.
Which means however many expansions. After that, though, I wonder like, okay, what are the just an obvious question. What do you do? Are you gonna increase the level cap?
Well, there's that. I mean, there's also then it is the thing of like also the developers, Yoshi P. Now you guys are significantly older and tired. And
well, also, and then I think like, well, if someone wanted to start the game like 2 years from now, do we start at Realmborn? Would you recommend that? Or do you start at Dawntrail?
I don't know.
Yeah, those are the questions that I just, I wonder about, but I don't think that it's gonna go offline anytime soon. Let's see. Zero's transformation into the Light Paladin was so cool. Apparently, it's a throwback to one of the Final Fantasies. Love the references 14 is able to pull off.
See, 14 does that well because that moment was huge to me, not getting the reference, but it was just like knowing she like was the Paladin way early on. We're jumping ahead a little bit, but you get glimpses into Zero's past.
Yeah.
And you see, she's a
shield,
Memoriad. She's got her sword and her shield. This like, and she's trying to do her best. And then eventually she has her like awesome like Reaper scythe, which is really cool. But then she transforms back into like the gold shiny, what is it, Light Paladin, which like obviously that seems to be more pure and like her true form and all that kind of stuff. Which was just a huge moment. I love that you get to see her do that.
Yeah.
Not knowing anything about references to this, that, or the other thing.
But imagine.
So it's even...
Yeah.
It's good for everybody.
Cool
and the game is so good. Same with Golbez. I know he's in, 6 or something?
It's all 4.
4, okay. Cool. Zero recollection of that for me, but you're like, oh my god, he's there, and it's always the knight with the one eye. And
the boss music, the battle music, like it's all Final Fantasy 4, which is so cool. I only played it once years ago, so I don't remember everything, but
if you're going in with no other references, still saying it's like my favorite part of the game, and if you're going in knowing those references, then it's even better. So that's really cool.
Kay says the reason about that wanted to receive less payment in the source because the ether is in the air even when they breathe. So basically, she's just
she doesn't need it the way she needed it in the 13th, but also she was sort of like. She's around a group of people, or no one ever asks for payment in the Scions. Which I know Minfilia, when she was the admin, was probably more of like the businessy of like we got to sustain our enterprise here. But everyone else is just like we will stay here and help.
Yeah, I guess that's what I am. I'm the Minfilia. I just do admin, like Tataru and Minfilia. Never had a will to write my name in English. You can call me Vital.
Cool.
Vital, welcome. Let's see. Fun fact. Actually, Yoshi wanted to stop the story in Endwalker and then focus on other games. Ooh. The truth is 14 AR actually saved Square when 14 1.0 crashed. The company lost millions. 14 later bought the company out of the red and still sustained so many projects. Cypher. I mean, FF11, another online game, is still going, so 14 won't go offline before the previous one.
That's a good point.
Honestly, like, I feel like even... We talk about this all the time. Even if they didn't add more content, there's still so many people like me who have put in years, but I haven't touched like most of the game.
There's a lot to do. We just did
it. Even if you didn't add things, it's like I will milk out that $15 or whatever we pay a month for a long time.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't add anything.
But even if you don't, I would say we just did a Hildebrand event last night.
Which was awesome.
And there were
so
people
fun.
who have been playing for years who are in Dawntrail just like, I haven't done the Hildebrand stuff yet.
Yeah.
Like, which is huge. You know, there's so much to do. And even if it did get to a point where it's like, okay, the game is done, no new content, it is a finished game. Most games are like that, right? Most games don't go on forever. I know MMOs are different, but so someone could still join, sign up, play for a year or 3, and then unsubscribe. But you have
there's
3 years. Yeah,
content.
instead of someone paying $60 for a game once, you have people subscribing for a couple years at a time and then finishing. Like, yeah, that's just, and obviously the social aspect. There's no way to 100% 14. So
yeah.
Like,
we think about that all the time.
Yeah, and so, you know.
Sterling, what did you think of the zones? I thought the Red Moon zone was amazing. I was like, it's Mars.
Yeah, you were like, am I seeing a spoiler? I was trying to like look down at the ground. My whole screen was just red. I was like,
really stunning. Never saw something like that in 14 at that point.
That was a cool thing though, where they were realizing like the places correlate.
Yeah.
So Golbez is on the Red Moon in the 13th. So we need to go to the moon in the source, and then we just essentially pop up right there.
Yeah, the boss music. Oh my god!
That's what I said.
Couldn't stop talking about the
I
boss
loved
music.
it.
I couldn't even pay attention because that freaking boss was insane.
Well, I got to it, and it starts when the things go up and you need to get your party for the trial or whatever.
That's the craziest boss fight I've ever fought.
Yeah. Well,
what Zeromus?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is that how it goes? I was like reliving it right now.
I'm literally like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then Cirilla's freaking internet died for a little bit there, and I had to solo heal, and I was like,
yeah, because you also went in as healer. I went in as like one of 4 DPS.
I'm feeling pretty good about my healing.
Yeah, you should be.
I would never claim that I'm a good healer, but I was happy we did not wipe.
I think you're a good healer.
Thank you. Let's see. All the music in 14 slaps.
I mean, that's true
too. Yes, role playing. Geek couples are awesome. That is. Oh, look, you changed his name.
Wow.
Great. I'm an achievement hunter, and I'm not even close to getting all the old achievements. I'm actually an achievement hunter too, and the one I'm working on right now is Guild Hess.
Oh yeah, you're leveling up machinist right now.
Oh my god, Gma's a machinist. Kain is main's machinist. It is so fun. I mean, I'm only at level 40, but oh my god, I love it. It
looks very cool.
It's so fun. Let's see. No, I missed Hildebrand. Oh, Gma, we had such a good time. You're gonna do a new one.
The plan is to go through all the way.
We're gonna do the whole Hildebrand quest line.
We did like the first 4 quests last night. And we're going to pick up.
So from my understanding, Hildebrand is released in chapters that correlate with the patches. So we did 2.1 last night.
Yeah.
So if you want to join us for the next Hildebrand quest, we if you've done it already, we just do New Game Plus and walk and do the whole thing together.
It was really fun to do it together. And yeah, it makes the story stick and make sense in good ways.
I have 6,000 plus, and I still have to do like leveling my job.
Oh my
6,000
gosh.
hours. Oh my god, that's crazy. Let's be fair. If Toontown Online got private servers after the game was shut down, so would 14, and I would play it. What do you think of the mechanics of the boss fight? Are you starting to enjoy them, Tom? I feel like that's a yes.
I am, yeah. Oh, no, I am on the road to enjoying it, and that's because of being able to do the dungeons with the NPCs, because you can. I watch you play, and Heather just goes in blind, just like figures it out. I go to the dungeon and I go like, okay, let me read up the mechanics so I know what to expect.
That's what I did the first time I played MSQ. I did that
because
I looked up the guide for Praetorium.
Well, Praetorium is a really big deal when you get to it the first time. But yeah, I like seeing the mechanics, and then I usually pick someone that like can stand in the places I can stand, and I mark them, and then I just try to figure out how they handle it.
Yeah.
But I do have the itch. My Bard and Black Mage are both level 98, so getting close to 100. And I do want to be able to vaguely competently play something that's not a DPS. So that's my next like big game goal.
Okay, so you have interest in white mage just because I can teach you.
Right.
Yeah. I really wish that, like, I guess I have warrior. So if you get good at white mage, then I can try to remember how to play warrior again.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing Gunbreaker, like, bits and pieces here and there just on my own, but that's very, like, level...
White mage at the higher levels is fun.
Yeah. I mean, healer, I like the role of the healer in the party.
I know you would. I feel like you would be a healer if there wasn't so much pressure.
There's a lot of pressure.
In real life, I feel like you'd be the healer.
Oh, I think I
did. You kick the thing?
Oh, I did. It fell out.
What? Tom's footy kicked the. There we go. We're back. We live.
Hanging on by a thread though, because I barely tapped it.
Ask Tom to dig out NES to play Final Fantasy IV.
Was it on it? Well, I can put it on my analog pocket.
Or you could play the remaster on Nintendo Switch.
I could do that, but I'll probably do it on the analog pocket because I love that thing.
There's so many quality of life things, I feel like, with 4.
Oh, with the remaster, that would be better. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. You can actually play with the orchestral like music, or you could switch it to the
Oh, yeah.
OG
I remember you
music.
telling me about that.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Anyway.
remaster sounds fun.
That DC was crazy and did great. H is a great white mage, just admit it.
Oh, yeah. It's the true end.
Glad you're gaining that confidence in healing. Yeah, it's I still don't know what to do with the flower. The flower is the last thing that confuses me. Liturgy of the Bell? The flower, whatever. The flower that you slap down. Not the flowers afflatus. Not those. But the one that you put down. That's the only thing I'm like, I don't know what to... I just kind of throw it there. I don't know.
I don't know what... Yep.
I don't know. That's the only
Just
thing.
keep me alive.
We solve everything with a gun. Yeah. Machinist is really fun. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so this is a story for another day. Tom and I, for the Lethal Company folks, we 1000% put in the mod to get shotguns in the truck, and we've turned it into a first-person shooter. And it's so much fun. It's like Machinist. Let's see. Gives in a gun there. Just seems like a bad idea for everyone involved. I've done some, forgot where I was last, but I love it. My daughter not so much, so I stopped. Can't wait for the next one soon, please. Given the assumption you were both growing up with the original Xbox or PS2, would you like to get back to Halo 2 online, for example? Oh my god. I've told this story, but I was like so good at Halo 2. I was like on the leaderboards. I was so good. I can't play anymore though, because I just get motion sickness. So the most I'll do is like Repo and Lethal.
I grew up with NES and N64 and a brief stint with a Sega Saturn in there, and a Game Boy. And then like in the year 2000-ish, like when the N64 had been out for a while, I basically just stopped playing video games for 23 years or something.
Until now.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. So you know about Fight Club, right? Not the one that we're not supposed to talk about. The one that we talk about. Okay. You in HJP.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know this part of it, but it is a drop-in. Because I know the thing that holds us back from doing Sprouts Ultimate Legends groups, which, by the way, if you're new to HJP, we have a program, an initiative in our community that is basically raiding, but it's like super Sprout friendly. So you have a bunch of people who have done the fights or want to teach people who've never raided before. We have a lot of people who have never raided before. So yeah, if you want to check that out, definitely join us. But we also have Fight Club, which is specifically a drop-in one. So you don't have to commit to raiding for months every Monday, Wednesday, or whatever it is. Shotgun Lethal Run, I'm done. You have no idea. It's so much fun. You love it.
I mean, I feel like I still freak out.
We had such a scare yesterday. I can't even tell you. It was this. I wish we were recording. That was like I screamed so loud. You screamed so loud. Ah! Oh my god, that was crazy. Let's see. Bell Lily, like those, like if you place on the ground and you hit the Lily heal, it only have 5 charges to 5 charges. I don't remember. For some reason, Overwatch 2 doesn't give me motion sickness, and I'm obsessed.
Nice.
Overwatch took a lot of inspiration from Halo. Gma, you played Halo? I always ran out of ammo. Kids were real frustrated because they had to slow down waiting on me. Oh my god, that's so much fun. All right, sorry. Goal beds.
Wow. We were picked up right at the same spot. That's really good.
So how'd you like his whole thing? What'd you think of it?
Well, yeah. So at first I thought Xenos, when Xenos showed up as the Avatar, I thought, or sorry, Xenos, when Zero showed up as the Avatar, I thought it was Xenos again. And it was interesting that it wasn't. And then Golbez was there, and initially too, because he had the big suit and everything. I was like, is this? I just thought everyone's Xenos.
You're just waiting for him to come back.
Yeah, I'm traumatized from all the times that it's happened.
So like, okay. Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought.
But then you realize Golbez is not Xenos.
Yeah.
And
different guy.
And he has his like elementals.
Yeah.
He's using Ejdaya to essentially gain tons of power from her ether. And he's got the elementals. Because the 13th, they're stuck in this thing where they can't die and they're consumed by darkness. They can use the void gate, the rip, to go into the source and essentially die. Like they want to take over the world, but like so they can have like mortal lives essentially.
Yeah, they want to be able to go back into the live stream or whatever he calls it, the stream, and then you become a tree maybe or whatever, and then you die again, and then you become whatever, like to have that mortality.
Yeah, and that's his main goal. I actually ended up really liking his story and how they handled it in the end and where it is now. I loved it so much.
It also confirmed how much I hated Xenos as a villain. I can't tell. He is like literally. I get it. I appreciate him. Obviously, I don't actually hate or dislike anything about 14, but Xenos was so annoying. I just didn't understand his obsession. While there's final days, there's this threat, and all he wants to do is fight. I'm like, dude, you were like a baby. And then Golbez comes around. He has this whole like 5,000-year mission that's like to help others at the end of the day. Like there's a reason, right? That makes sense. And it like,
well, then you find
you can sympathize with it,
and you find out too, because you've heard like the Asians. The reason that the 13th is consumed by darkness is because of the Asians, and he was the one that they duped and took advantage of to cause it.
And so it's guilt, it's redemption, it's. And then I'm just like, freaking seeing. We did 2 expansions with that guy.
With that guy, yeah. So Golbez was just a really interesting character, and then obviously you find his history with Zero, which I love the switch.
Oh,
because Zero tells the story of she meets a mage and a paladin.
I knew it was the other guy though.
Not at first you didn't. I saw the click because it's the voice. They don't hide his voice at all.
Yeah, so
and so when you hear Durante talk, you're like, that sounds a lot like Golbez, and then you're like, oh, I don't think Durante died. I think Golbez died, and Durante took up the mantle because Golbez was very noble and he admired him.
I wish we knew more about real Golbez.
Yeah,
the like, why do you admire this guy so much that you would literally take on his legacy and do it under his name and not yours? Like,
yeah, I mean, the gist of it seems to be that he was incredibly kind. He's everything that like the Scions are essentially, and Durante like admired that so much, and if everyone were like that, we could actually solve the problems in the 13th. And so he wanted to take up that mantle and do that. And then obviously like things didn't go the way he planned.
I also love the story about the 13th because I feel like if you played out Earth, I definitely think that's one of the that's a timeline that can happen. Just everyone just succumbs to corruption.
Yeah.
And then everyone else who doesn't is collateral damage.
That doesn't feel too far off.
But I don't think that's how the world actually died, because it was one of the Asians, I can't remember, Igor him or whoever.
Yeah.
They made a deal, or maybe that, I can't remember.
The Asians were trying to like solve their problem, and they didn't understand
the balance
and everything, and so they basically destroyed this world unintentionally.
Yeah.
Not that they had like a ton of, they weren't too torn up about it, I don't think, but obviously it didn't work.
And so what we find out is that these 3 characters had met before. Like
yes, Golbez, Durante, and Zero.
Yeah, had met before. So Durante is the Golbez that we know is actually
Durante.
And Golbez, the original one, had asked Zero to join their party, and she said no because why'd she say no?
Wait, what was her reason? I mean, she obviously doesn't trust anyone.
I mean, I think it was that she didn't trust anybody. Like everyone was so.
Yeah, but she said a specific thing. I can't remember what her line was. She says, "I wouldn't want to," and she like specifically says it, but it comes down to trust. But there was a reason, and then it when she initially tells the story, it kind of just seems like a thing that was brushed off, and then when Durante Golbez tells it, you realize that real Golbez was like actually like devastated by it because he's realizing they can't.
Right. Because
win people.
she was capable in so many ways. What a win it would have been to have her on the team.
But it showed him how far gone like trust was, and how are they gonna?
It was like the writing was on the wall.
If they can't win over what seems to be the perfect person to join them, how can they win over the rest of the world? Yeah.
And then so that ends up being if she had been there, their timeline would have been a very different.
Yeah, but then you go through that dungeon where you replay the memory. I thought that was. I mean, we've done things kind of like that in the past in the game, and it was so well done to see the moment because Golbez becomes corrupted during a fight, and Durante has to kill him, and that's when he decides to take up the.
Which.
You were so
also,
confused. You were like,
he was like, I would never kill you or whatever, and then literally does right after.
It's like I can't bring myself to kill you, but my interpretation was you have to kill Durante because he's corrupted and insanely powerful. So very bad news if he actually becomes a void sent. So he says, "I'll never kill you."
No, Golbez.
Golbez, yeah. So Durante says, "I can't bring myself to kill you." So he kills the physical form and then takes on the name, so he lives on. That's the way I interpreted it. Which makes sense to me. Like yeah.
I could never kill you.
Well, it's like Titanic, when she's like, "I'll never let go," and then she lets him go. Like she means something else.
All right, let's catch up. Question for both of you: how would you feel if Zeros returned again? Zeros.
I'm saying like.
No, dude, bro.
I don't.
You've had your time. Sit down, okay? Do not come here anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised. Let's put it that way.
I just feel like it's such a if he comes back, it would be such a waste because you could do anybody else. Like there's
more interesting things, and even showing with Golbez how much you can do in a patch. Like yeah. I do want to make sure we talk about Golbez's like
redemption
at the end.
Yes, because it's so good. Ironically, his bit being leaning on the fourth wall and reading you as a player playing a game to fight, which annoyed me because I didn't play 14 for the fights, and that made me hate him enough to want to punch him. That was Xenos, right?
Yeah,
that was his whole thing, and I was no.
I didn't buy other things to do, man.
I like Xenos because I act like Xenos in video games. Sometimes don't care about story, just want to press buttons. Let's see why chat replies in mobile Twitch and YouTube won't work. Let's see. I mean, they wanted to destroy the 13th, but they destroyed it the wrong way, so it didn't rejoin.
Right, they wanted to rejoin it, which would destroy it, but that didn't happen.
There's a theory that back in the dungeon 6.4, before you fight Golbez, the one we played are Golbez, and he is theoretically the Warrior of Light in the 13th, and Durante is Xenos. It's like another episode of What If.
I mean, because Durante looks kind of like Xenos and sounds vaguely like Xenos.
Oh,
maybe
like a reflection.
Yeah, there's Ardbert and like the Warrior of Light.
Right. So
there's
Golbez.
Xenos and Durante, and like Golbez, Ardbert, and us, Warrior of Light,
are the Warrior of Lights. Yeah, Warriors of Light. Warrior of Light.
Interesting.
What do you think about actual Golbez, not Durante?
Definitely want to know more.
I wish he talked. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean it was. It would give it away if it did, because Golbez be a different voice.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
oh no!
And
like,
hire
wait,
a voice actor just for the one line or whatever. Yeah. Let's see. Question for both chat and caster: is split screen local multiplayer gaming missed nowadays? Absolutely not. This is part of the so I've heard a lot about Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
But I think it's split screen co-op.
You were just talking about this
which
yesterday.
I can't do. I can't do it, dude. I can't. So we played It Takes Two. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. The PS5. We played on PS5 a while ago.
And it was awesome, but my motion sickness can't see another screen on the same screen moving in a way that like I'm not controlling. I just get dizzy and sick. So
it's just so convenient to in 2025
your
everyone can have
girl's
their own
40
thing.
years old now, so it's not the same now. With OG Golbez, it hints strongly at something, but it never explicitly confirms it. I'd rather have Golbez back over Xenos. Same.
Oh yeah, any day.
What is the status of the Ascians where you are in the MSQ now? I feel like I remember them taking a backseat during Endwalker patches. Yeah, they haven't mentioned them at all.
That was the last time was when Golbez was like, I got tricked 5,000 years ago or whatever. So,
yeah. All right, so let's talk about Golbez's
redemption.
Well, Durante's.
Yeah, I love this so much because.
So wait, one real quick thing. As Daya, who I was in search of for years. Oh, yeah. Was the key that Golbez Durante Golbez needed, because now he had like this font of ether.
Yes.
To carry out his.
And he was essentially summoning like another Zodiac level
situation
beast, which was Zeromus. So he does that. It's basically unstoppable, and he's very clear. Like Zero tries to have a heart-to-heart with him, and she explains things her way, and he's like, I would actually be inclined to believe you if you had even a fraction of the power that this guy does, but like his power can actually do something. I've spent so much time learning that we're what he calls it, like a candle to the sun, like, and so that is what happens initially.
So he's like not convinced.
Yeah, he's intellectually kind of understands it, but he's at the point where he's been trying to put this together for so long, and he has the power. He's going to go that direction.
Desperate times,
right? And I feel like with other bosses, other things, like there's different versions of this where the person has a chance for redemption, but is too far gone, so then you have to destroy them. There's the person's redemption is them destroying themselves. And then in this case, there's also the version, it's almost like the Gaius version of them ostracizing themselves. And in this case, that's what it really seemed like he was going to sacrifice himself. That was going to be the thing.
I was like,
please, no, like I don't want that again. And it's not.
I thought he was going to jump in the line of fire or whatever.
No, he helps. And I love that when she's like, use your power. And then it's just his eye goes like, it's so cool. Such a cool moment. Because you don't really know you don't know that she has made like that she has gotten through with him and asked him for his help yet. You
we find out later.
He shows up out of nowhere and then helps, and it's like confusing.
What happened? Right.
And that is so cool. And then that happens, and he's gonna leave. And then it's like, where do you think you're going?
Like, it's too awkward for me to be in here. I've held Vitra's sister for 5,000 years.
He's like, this is all my fault.
Yeah.
And I love that it's like there is the theme of understanding, right? Where it's like you did these really terrible things, but it wasn't for the sake of doing terrible things. Like Xenos wanting to fight and just like there's no bigger motive for this. Like Golbez had millennia of baggage that he's working through, and when people tell him like we understand and everything's okay, and even Vitra's like, I can't forgive you for holding on to my sister, but like for what you did to my sister.
But he does say like his actions are enough reconciliation.
Yeah, when he's back. Yeah, because when they have the thing and Zero's like, Golbez stayed down there because he decided not to be here. She's like, but I can. I love that Zero is the one who's like take my hand, like let's do this together. But she's still like, I can drag him up here if you need an apology, or like I'll give him this crystal to both like inspire and admonish him in equal measure. So
look at you remembering quotes and everything.
It was a really good patch. But I love that. And then they're working together because
the thing that I could understand, because I understand why the redemption can be tricky, because it's like, well, if this guy's killed bajillions of people, like,
right,
it's got to match, right? But I think the thing with Golbez is that like everyone there has been duped by an Ascian.
Yeah, and his intentions were only ever he never intended to do that. It's all been like just getting worse and worse.
Yeah, he's been trying to fix a problem.
Yeah, and the whole thing, because Zero, when initially she gets really sick, and that's why you have to take her to the source, is to like give her enough ether to recover. she has no real interest in going back to the 13. She's not actually attached to it as her home. Or anything.
She's just like, whatever.
Which is why I'm like,
here now.
I'm like, okay, cool, because now you can be with us forever. But by the end, she understands how to, because she has absorbed light. She's gone to the first, all these things. And the fact that not only is she motivated to stay in the 13th and help it, but she's doing it with Golbez, and they're just like this team. I just have this image in my head of them like literally like stacking stones and like rebuilding stuff like day to day, like very just boots on the ground, making it happen. And that's.
But see, so what I love about Zero is that she learns about friendship and trust by hanging out with us, right? And so very transactional at first, which it's understandable.
And Euless.
And everyone that we meet, the Garlean Empire of all things is the one to teach her about trust.
Yeah.
Like, how crazy is that? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally fought the Garlean Empire for a whole arc. Multiple expansions.
Which is, I know we need to move into Dawntrail first impressions because it's still related there too. But the scene with her eating the buns with Euless. One looked absolutely delicious, but I love the, like, just the connections she could make, and especially those two seem to have whatever it is, some kind of very special connection.
But so here's what I really like about Zero going with us to the source and the first, which I thought it was so cool that they figured out how to get her to the first.
Yeah.
But she feels the empowerment, right? At first she doesn't care. She's just like, whatever. But then she's like, oh, I think I can help. I don't know how, but I have a feeling of I want to try. As she just goes, then she clicks it in her head like, oh, I can take this light and bring it to the freaking void. So now she has a tool that she is the only one that has, right? So she has a thing that is unique to her, and then she's able to use it and help the cause. And I just love that. It's that belief in yourself of like, I have this thing that only I can do, and then you apply it and you just feel so like accomplished, right?
Mm-hmm. She's
personal growth.
Great
play, bro. There you go.
Great character.
Let me catch up with the comments. Where are we here? Let's see. My motion sickness is so awful. I can only play 3 games without getting nauseated. Yeah. I was so happy that once, the villain actually listened to reason and decided to join you without being killed first. There's no way that we have Zero and Golbez and not go back at some point.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
too rich, too like ripe for.
There's a whole redemption arc.
Well, and the whole thing now, the first, like, Reen has changed her whole direction of like what she's focusing on. Beck Luke is figuring out stuff. Stoll is trying to figure out things. There's too much connection between those three.
There's so many ways that you can go. Yeah, because to me, like, Golbez's thing kind of reminds me of Alphino and the Crystal Braves.
Yeah.
Like, that was a huge bad situation that Alphino is responsible for. But obviously, like, we had a whole, Alphino is Alphino. I feel like Golbez has that power to be something like that. Split Fiction are probably not going to be played because they kind of combine those elements into one.
I saw,
how did you feel when you finally met Gaia on main MSQ?
Oh, yeah. It was cool. I was glad we did forget what it was, but the thing with the empty to get to know who she was.
Yeah. I mean, she was just like that one scene.
She just popped up at the end.
Yeah.
But it made sense too, where she's like, you're dealing with darkness. Hi.
I know a thing or two.
Yeah.
Cirilla, what did you think of the shirtless Estinian scene, Tom? The 14 community was going crazy about that really.
I pointed my monitor to you and I was like, here's your boy. And then we tried to do one-handed push-ups.
That was our thing. I was like, all right, fitness challenge, let's go. Tom's on the floor trying to do one-handed push-ups.
It's harder than it seems.
I can see how it's fan service. I didn't make that connection.
I mean, you could argue both. Like, there's nothing necessary about it, but in terms of character, like, even in his off time, he's like training.
He's training. Yeah. That's what I was just
That's what you're doing when you find him.
I was just
when he's bored, nothing to do in his room, he's just doing one-handed push-ups.
Yeah. Let's see. Estinian fan service. I don't even like the guy. I love SD. I loved having so much. I mean, I love SD, and I think I main Dragoon when I first played MSQ, so I had a special connection with the Azure Dragoon. Eden.
That was
saying
where
Eden.
Gaio.
Oh, we finished.
Yeah,
Yes,
we did.
We did not finish Omega though.
No. No, we didn't. Okay, but since we did finish things, I'm just keeping an eye on our time.
So are we done with Endwalker
Do we want
patch?
any last patch thoughts before we move
let's see.
into?
It was that the last trial we talked about, that was insane.
And I also have a huge thanks to everybody. I guess both of us probably. There's like feel like there's so many 8-person things that happen, or maybe I'm even mixing in some.
And it's like, oh, time for a trial.
Yeah, so very much thank you to everybody for. It'd be kind of random times like, oh crap, I'm making progress, but it's this random time, and I'm like, hey, LFG, anybody available? And then like instantly,
people.
Yeah, people would find people and pull people and show up, and that really helped, especially making it possible for me to even get through that stuff.
So what was the transition to Dawntrail? Actually,
this is what was very interesting. I remember even telling you when you hadn't played the patch yet, and I was kind of getting in the middle of it. I was like, I think I'm starting to have some ideas what Dawntrail might be, which was bringing light to the 13th. Dawntrail makes sense, and then no, there is zero, no pun intended, connection to the actual thing, because we're done. You finish, you go back to the source, and then
crisis averted.
Yeah, and Vritra and everybody wants to host a big feast at Radzatan.
Yeah, which by the way, Vritra it does not have an eye now.
Right, because I love when Ajdaya, like, because her original body's gone, so they have to put her in another form. She just becomes
baby Midgard-Sormr.
She's just a little dragon, which is like, it's really kind of funny.
Minion size.
Her like voice is so tiny compared to like the giant dragon.
Yeah.
But since Varshan's like vessel that he mainly uses is like the kid one, and it's like the kid and the tiny dragon, they get to explore a city together.
I know, it's adorable.
I love it so much.
Good.
And I love the scene where it's like it is the feast scene, and the radiant host guy is like, my little brother is little and adorable. And Nadana's like, I prefer the adult vessel myself. It cuts a stunning figure or something.
I have to say, all of the food scenes in the patch,
so good.
Oh my god, I had to go get a snack every time.
Spicy curry, everything.
I literally have to tell myself, these are digital pixels. Why do they look so delicious?
Yeah.
And
pizza,
I have to go get a snack. Yeah, the curry.
That whole thing too with the spicy curry was really funny, because Zero like can't taste, so spice is like the only thing she kind of understands.
The guy in the background is just like
everyone dies. It's really funny. There were several funny moments, because you have to meet the Loporrits at one point, and they have like their battle bots that never even get used, and they're like, oh, Zero's like, I'll do it. And when Zero does like her wide-eyed like intense stare, I love that expression so much. It was really funny.
Yeah, you love the funky expressions and the camera.
Well, especially with a character like Zero.
I know.
Who's very stoic, and like, she just tips her hat down. She's doing this. So suddenly when she's like giving these looks.
What are those?
It's really funny.
Yeah, so we get back to the source.
We go back to the source, and essentially we kind of end up where the patch started, which is the adventure is solved, things are done, and now we're kind of just hanging out. And that is what we talked to Astinian about. He's like, you can't rush an adventure. It'll happen when it happens.
Right. Which also, metaphor for life. Love that.
Yeah. And so then it ends up, then you cut to a scene. Oh, yeah. You cut to Kryle's letter.
She's got something on her desk.
She's been trying to clean her desk the whole patch.
Yeah.
Finally, it's clean. She can address this letter, which is someone from Tuliolal.
Yeah, so it's an old letter. It was addressed to her grandfather, and she just, I don't know, it just showed up on her desk.
Which introduces this new place.
A golden city.
Something about that. And then
it's just time for a new adventure.
It ends with Arenvel come back to Sharlayan, and
with a guest.
Yeah, and he's like, let's go find your champion, and you just see like feet. Not feet, but you don't see the person, you just see the like
someone's
the legs.
walking, yeah.
And obviously they have come to find the Warrior of Light.
Yeah.
For something.
Yeah.
And that's where it ends, which is in just we are done and we are moving to something different.
Roll credits, yeah.
Yeah.
Last question before wrapping up Endwalker discussion. With Endwalker patches included, does the Endwalker experience beat the Shadowbringers total experience?
For me, yes.
Yeah.
For me,
honestly, not even close in my opinion. And I know people feel very strongly about Shadowbringers. I know that.
I feel like for me, it works out very nice because they each in that first Realm Reborn to Endwalker chunk, each thing I liked better than the last. I liked them all very much, but I thought I was like, oh, now I really like, Stormblood. I love this. I can't imagine something being better than this. Then I like Shadowbringers more. Then I was really torn at first between Endwalker and Shadowbringers, but then the expanse of Endwalker and the themes and the way it sticks the landing and does all that, and then the patch.
You'll never I don't think anything. Well, actually, there's one thing that might compare.
Is it Emmett Snap?
I loved Emmett, but I loved Ultima Thule and going to space and learning about all the different worlds and the freaking Omicrons and the robots and all. I love. That's a personal preference, so it's like hard. And I still, to this day, my least favorite initial expansion, even after playing Dawntrail, is Shadowbringers. I hated being in the first. I was
got thrown to a different world.
Through all that, and then now we're just in a different world, and there's just no explanation.
I'm curious what the response was when that was new.
I was like, what are we doing here? Who are these people?
Well, it's like when you read a book and something's happening, and then you jump to a character
it's like when you're reading a series and then you start the next book, and it's like, I just want to know what happened at the continue, but you got to paint the story and so obviously it was awesome. But Endwalker for me definitely.
See, I knew that not everyone, but I knew Endwalker is loved, and so going into Shadowbringers, I was like, oh, Shadowbringers is supposed to be awesome, Endwalker is supposed to be awesome, so just.
I think I might have hyped Endwalker because I think in the community Shadowbringers is the most popular, but I think I hyped up Endwalker for you.
I think you did, because at the end I was kind of torn, but I think the breadth of Endwalker plus again sticking the landing made I would edge it over Shadowbringers for those reasons. Then the patch, which is something that you hadn't even experienced yet, to me then pushes it over, because the patch was just some of my favorite experiences ever in the game.
Yeah. Your public is he back? Oh, it's Finley. Usually that's Ben.
Finley's usually not on that couch.
I know, look at him.
He really does look comfy.
He looks very comfy right now. Spud, your public's so comfy. So really, I was thinking of Halal whenever we had food cutscenes in Radz. Radz is my favorite city. Although, Tuliolo.
It's pretty dope.
I still haven't gotten the inn yet, but I saw Tom's screen.
Oh, the inn is where it's at.
Yeah. Someone, I don't know who kicked it off in HJP, but you guys were ranking your favorite inns. I saw Dawntrail being one of the top.
I know I had to slum it in Uldal yesterday for a minute, and I was like, God.
Dude, Ishgard.
Well, I just needed to use my glamour dresser.
Well, Ishgard, it's in the broom. So it's just like a closet, basically, like a rundown.
The Crystarium is special because there's so many cutscenes in that one.
Yeah.
And you have that amazing food scene with everybody.
Okay. Which fun fact, you already see her grandfather if you finished Eureka. Oh, we did not finish. We did finish Kryl.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That is cool.
I feel like Shadowbringers versus Endwalker is Infinity War versus Endgame.
Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that.
Because I liked Endgame.
Well, then, but especially the way
they're the conclusion.
They're very.
Although Infinity War was on in a hotel room that we were at, and we went to go see the Backstreet Boys, which was awesome. And I got hooked, yo. I was like, oh my God, I know we gotta go see the Backstreet Boys, but I'm into this movie right now. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I don't. I'm good.
Endwalker is my fave. Fun fact, because in the past, people have pulled character models from the files to fully reveal obscured characters and cutscenes. Wuklamat's character model in that scene was literally just the legs. Oh,
that's so funny. Good for them for figuring that out.
Endwalker is my fave too. Shadowbringers super close behind. Love them for different reasons. I eventually liked Shadowbringers, but in the beginning I was actually angry. I was kind of ragey about how we had this war that was so pressing, and then all of a sudden I was supposed to just forget it.
That's you.
Same, bro. I'm telling you. I think I was sitting right here just like, what the hell is this? And I didn't have anybody to talk to. I'm telling you. Dawntrail like the first part of it has been so pleasant so far. Like probably like my favorite
It's
beginning
great.
of an extension.
Yeah.
Ishgard gets points for atmosphere. Ishgard's Inn is just dark. Tom, favorite city in the entire game?
Tuliyola is pretty close up there. I can't remember them all because every time I go to some, like, oh yeah, this is great. Oh, this is great. This is great. So I don't know. But like if I had to pick one to hang out in just right now off the top of my head, that one. Let's go eat some tacos
Kugane?
near the beach. Kugane is sweet. I think I would pick Tuliyola over Kugane. It's just the music and the
music.
color and the
The
vibes
music,
and the
yo.
food.
The food. He just is so about the tacos, bro.
They've upped their like food game in this
telling
game.
you. Every time there's food, I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shadowbringers is great because it shifts the focus of the story to a fight to save the world rather than just saving Eorzea. Then Endwalker expands that to saving the universe. Yeah, I mean, it as a chapter in the whole thing, Shadowbringers was awesome. But definitely if I were to pick one as my favorite, it was Endwalker. Let's see. You would have died if you just kept fighting the war. Do either of you have high level crafting or gathering? I do. 90s. I'm in the 90s. My culinarian and my miner and my botanist are all in the 90s. I have been trying to get him to do the last dregs.
I mean, it's not that I just am busy with other things that I'm trying to catch
No,
up.
but like to do that,
Yeah.
the tribe quest, you need a level 90 crafter
Right.
or gatherer.
Yeah, and so I unlocked one, and we did the moon thing for a bit.
Cosmic exploration for a little bit, yeah.
But then I had the patch to do, so I was like, I'm definitely going to be doing the patch instead
Yeah,
of this.
So many Ishgard slander. I'm Sag. There are some great quests for them in Tuli.
For the crafters
And gatherers.
Oh, sweet.
We just unlocked the role quest. That is where we left off. We just unlocked the role quest. That was the last thing that we did.
Yeah.
Okay, Dawntrail. Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, so good.
I'm loving it like so much. I can't even tell you. I can't. So like one of my favorite memories of 14 in general was Warrior of Light, Alphino.
Sorry, I think my stupid watch did a dumb thing.
What did it do?
Sorry. I mean,
Esty, Izel, Lady Iceheart, I think is who we know her as at that time. Warrior of Light and Alfie. The four of you guys, right? The four of us making the trek to see Hraesvelgr for the first time in Heaven's Ward. There's that campfire scene. You're just like you're doing something that no one has ever done before. You're going on this adventure, but even though it felt high stakes, there were moments of that slice of life, right? Like just the campfire scene, just conversations. Even like what I like to do when I do the MSQs, I talk to every single character, even if they don't have the like quest thing, because I just like to hear all the dialogue. And that was the first time where I remember like, oh my God, it's so funny when you talk to Esty and he's like commenting about the Mughals and what he says is hilarious and what Izel says is hilarious and whatever. I feel that with Dawntrail. It's just like there's campfire scenes. It's just like I'm enjoying this adventure. I'm enjoying this time. And so far, we've seen 2 maps. Gorgeous. I think my favorite map ever in 14 is I don't know what it's called because the names are starts with a K. It's so colorful.
everything is colorful. So
I liked Lakeland for obvious reasons because, you know, there's a lot of my favorite color in it. But this map is just gorgeous. It's got the big, huge mountains. It's got waterfalls. There's like so much color and like the vegetation and the grass and
It's
the
all
plants.
just-
It's so like lush.
the design
I
of
love
the
it.
the design of the city, the cities.
It's the map that has the what was the freaking feet thing that we just did? We had to get like
the
a
one with
crafter.
the big bird people,
No.
or the other one.
Or I don't know if it's the same map, but it's the one where we had to get like the goldsmith, like we just recruited the Ishgardian dude. Was he from Ishgard? No, from ARZ. The elf dude.
The jeweler.
Yeah, we just recruited him to work there. As part of
the one that's like the South American type village.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's like probably my favorite map so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I just remembered the thought I didn't finish. The one thing that I feel like can compete with my love for Endwalker, I don't know anything about Dawntrail, aside from I see screenshots of you guys with this cyberpunk tech situation, and that could, I don't know where, I have no idea how we get from South America, Central America themed stuff to cyberpunk. I can't even guess.
It's the northern part of the country. I
like the aesthetic, guys. There's a lot of neon. There's a lot of, crisp edges and metal. And if there's a city, I'm going to die. Like, that is going to be my favorite city.
Yeah, it will be.
Okay, let's see. Kazumoka. Yeah, that's the one. The K. Yes. Yes. Let's see. The jazz until he goes so hard.
Yeah.
What has been the most appealing to Dawntrail so far? So I really like Wooklamont. I think I resonate with her. I'm scared to say how much I love her because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she's like a ill bird, Like maybe she turns into an ill bird. I don't know.
Just hold your thought. When
Okay.
Toy Story 3 came out back in 2010 or whenever, they started marketing a new character before, which is a big, fluffy pink bear, and kids were buying this bear like crazy, who turns out to be the villain of the movie. And then so all these,
it's like God. It's like God. If you don't know now,
if I spoiled Toy Story 3 for you, I'm sorry. But
it's like Game of Thrones. Like there was a beloved character who turned out to be
so
big baddie.
So neither of us know, but she is. Like you were just saying earlier, we were talking.
Kidding.
She's just so good for a good character arc. She's ripe for it.
Just Heather of HeatherJustPlay. I'm not even kidding. Like just the comparing yourself to other people who are more successful than you, like questioning yourself, doubting yourself, but trying to appear strong because like you're a lead. You're supposed to be a leader, And she's like, okay, fine. Here's all these. We're far enough along where we had the scene where she was able to like vent. And she was like, look. I actually do get seasickness. I actually feel this anxiety or whatever. And everyone is like, hey, we're here to help. And I feel like, that's a lot of the HJP community, which ties in so well with our theme of trust that we just went through with the Endwalker patches. And it's like Zero had the whole thing of like learning about trust. And you're seeing Wooklamont go through that as well. And it's just so enjoyable. I love it. I freaking love it. I can't even tell you.
Yeah, no,
I had to tell Tom, like, we have to slow down on the MSQ because the MSQ discussion stream is going to end up being just Dawntrail.
Yeah.
So.
No, it has been, and I mean so where we're at right now is obviously she's trying to compete in the right or the event to become the Dawn
successor,
servant.
yeah, of Tuliolal, or just like So the Dawn servant is her dad, her adopted father, and
who has two heads.
Yeah, and he is the way that they do it is just one rule and rule them all.
Well, because he united them.
Yeah.
What I love about it is it's what they value is it's the island of misfit toys, but taken to like the maximum level where it's all the different cultures, all the diversity, all that stuff is what makes this is what brings us strength. Like the strength through the diversity of everybody, and that's what makes it such a vibrant map. That's what makes the music so good.
And they celebrate it so much. Like, these people are really good at this, these people are really good at this, and like, we don't try to change it. Like, we embrace everything that everyone has to bring to the table.
But after 80 years of that, you have to find a new ruler, and there's, like, traditions in place that the current one wants to respect, but also, it's hard to find the right person. And Wook is the one who, like, she isn't the strongest or anything like that, but she is the one who gets the vision the most. And she is the one when they have the scene where they're introducing everyone, and by the time she comes out, like, everyone's gone.
I know. Look, straight up, that's how I feel, bro. I'm not even kidding. I'm on this giant quest and I'm like, does this matter? You start second guessing yourself. I can't. Every scene, I'm just like, I feel you.
She's great. But
you.
When she actually sits there and talks to people, they all end up coming around to her. And then you have And the fact that even that her and 2 of the 3 Dawn servants' children are adopted, but treated as their own. That's awesome. Like I love that whole thing there.
Right. It's
the
not,
one non-adopted son has like an expansionist view, and that's where we're talking about
the
like
blue guy, right?
yeah,
Like the one-headed guy.
and that's what we were talking about, like Garlemald coming in because he was even like his view.
He's Gaius in A Realm Reborn.
Yeah, his view is I do like these principles, but he like misunderstands them, and so he wants to spread them around because the only way people can understand is to go through pain and suffering and like war being a thing that they have to deal with, then they will understand. So it's like, oh boy, like. So he he gets the vision but doesn't get the vision. Then you have
by the way, I'm very curious, like why do you have that viewpoint if you've been living in peace this whole time? I'm curious. Like I'm sure we'll know more.
There's a bit of it, not to the extent, because I think he's misguided but not a villain, but it reminds me of Xenos. Like the reason Xenos could do what he does because he was a prince. Like he had a different kind of life.
Right.
And it's just unavoidable. Whereas Wuklamat doesn't have that at all because she's the one who's like, oh, we'll go round up the alpacas. We'll go like do we will just do the tedious thing.
Yeah.
Even if I don't want to, like I'll do it because it's the thing I have to do. And then there's the other brother who's the one that went and studied in Charlian and is very the innovator who like,
should really just be on the cabinet.
You should be second. Well, so my prediction, which I don't know where we're going. Obviously, like if you look at what's happening in Realm Reborn and try to make predictions where the story goes,
Endwalker.
So based on what I know now, at least in terms of expansion or whatever, I don't think it's going to be as simple as like we need to help someone win this and who's it going to be. And you could argue like, well, maybe story wise it makes sense that Wook doesn't win or whatever. Ultimately, if the current ruler has 2 heads, it's like the head of resolve and the head of reason, I think it is. Those personality-wise seem to match up with Wook and her brother, the innovator brother, very, very well.
I see where you're going.
And so I feel like it's not up to one person, but it's the 2 together that then can keep the vision going. Because
I will say you are usually very on point. Well, having been ahead of you in the story, you have predicted many of the things.
Well, the big wild card though is then the 4th contestant who
it's another Xenos. It's just another what's your I hate just when you have like nothing driving you aside from just winning.
Well, it's winning, and then the last thing we saw was his tribe, because he's not from it, but
every time he comes on screen,
he won some kind of contest that then
just went straight
lets
to
him
head.
Go into the running. And what he basically said is,
about anything.
But he wants to elevate his tribe or whatever above the rest.
Just petition, like go to the city council meeting, bro.
This guy ain't going to city council. Like, let's be real. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, figuring all that.
But
stuff
I love
out.
see, of course, right? Wuklamat. I love that she's willing to get her hands dirty. She is willing to do like. She does it. She ends up doing everything the hard way, but doing it the hard way gives you such an understanding of the people, and their cultures, and their customs, and their like.
I can't remember his name, but the one-headed brother, like the blood son of the current ruler, when they have to do there's a task where they have to go, like tame an alpaca.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's like brute strength, and he comes back with the golden alpaca.
Look, I love my brother Kevin. If you're watching. My brother, okay, he is that guy. He does everything I do to the 1000th degree.
I don't think that's the case in this, because his thing was, I'm just gonna go get the best one, and then brute strength is gonna overcome it. Whereas Wook just got an average alpaca, but the way that she did it was the thing was the guy, like the elector who put together the quest, put it together for a reason. And even though that guy, that brother succeeded and got his like keystone, he didn't learn the lesson.
But he did do, like, he did complete it in a way that no one else could, though. So it's like you didn't do it the way that he intended.
Or do anything wrong, but I think and he's like, this is just a means to an end, like we're just moving on, like I don't care about this, I have to do it, check the box, let's go, is kind of like his viewpoint. Whereas Wook is like, the guy did put this quest together this way for a reason, and the way she goes about it, where like literally it's like, we're going to take this thing of wool and it's like trading the paperclip up to the point where you get a house kind of thing. She has to do that. In doing so, she learns about the culture. She learns about the problems. She learns about.
She talks to the people. She gets to understand.
It's a society of merchants. She understands their whole perspective, everything. She builds connections. She even helps the one aspiring
all those
merchant.
Experiences are great for leadership.
Exactly, and now she understands that place, which she admits. She's like, I can't believe I didn't understand so much about my homeland. Nobody else is agonizing over not understanding their homeland enough. And she is. And so even though she got the average alpaca, she came away with the most growth and understanding, which would make her the best leader.
But I will say that guy didn't just come back with an alpaca to check the box. He came back with the golden one.
No,
the only other person
he could have just walked right outside,
got the alpaca and just stared at it and put it into submission or whatever and just walked back. No, he got the one.
He did go until he found the one.
So it's like not only you're not just checking the box, you are.
But he's demonstrating his strength, I think, is the thing. And the only other person ever done that is his dad.
But that's the problem, because you can't. Come on, this whole game is how many people can just lead with strength and fear.
Right, it doesn't work.
Go far.
And that's what's interesting with all the characters is they're all young. The promises or whatever, because they're all like.
Right.
They haven't, they're Alphino in Realm Reborn starting Crystal Braves. Like, it is a great idea, but you don't have the experience.
You haven't failed. Yeah. You need to, have the hardship and the adversity.
Yeah. Some of them haven't failed. Some of them haven't succeeded enough. It's
for sure
all
that
everything.
Two-headed dude. Oh, he needs to be put in his place so bad. I can't even deal, bro. I cannot. I can't even tell. Vocally, I'm like, oh, this guy sucks. Can't. And then the other guy, the innovator, I get him.
Yeah, I think he's my thing was he's the college kid that went to Europe and now only talks about Europe. In Charlie, and they do this. In Charlie, yes, we know.
told Tom, I was like, that's gonna be us when we get back from Japan for the first time.
Well, then I wanted to shut up because I was like, oh. Yeah, but he's not doing anything wrong. It's just that also isn't necessarily. You're not sitting there, and the thing that the current Dawn Servant seems to be able to do is has a deep understanding of why it's been able to be peaceful for so long, how everything works, how everybody's connected. Clearly in his past, he went out and understood all this stuff, and that's how he was able to unite everyone, was understanding them. And Wook is the only one that's walking in those types of footsteps of genuine understanding of the people to keep them united.
Well, my thing with the innovator brother is dude, you did all that without being the leader. Just go. Keep going. Why do you have to be the leader?
I think he doesn't seem to want to be, but people like him because it's got all these.
Yeah,
our lives
you
are better
need to
because
be the leader.
You don't.
Yeah, just continue doing exactly what you've been doing.
You'd probably be happier not being the leader. Yeah.
Yeah. Why you're gonna sit in the city council meetings? You can go be innovative.
You in the city.
I love Wook Lamont. She's just an amazing person to mentor. Can I say I love her? I've enjoyed Wook Lamont's arc through Dawntrail.
Nice.
As soon as I met her in the patches, I just went, I love her. I would die for her.
I love her enthusiasm. It was funny because since we didn't have to wait, we didn't finish the patch, have to wait for Dawntrail. In the same day, you go from 0 to Wook, which sounds like an expression. But they're very different. They're similar characters in some ways, but also very different characters. Just personality and exuberance and
enthusiasm.
Just whole approach to everything.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed seeing you two show such enthusiasm for the game together. Oh, I can't even tell you. It's so much fun to play together.
Yeah, it's been really cool side by side.
We have to do this always. It's the best. Wook Lamont is Heather. Heather is Wook Lamont. 1000%. I honestly, is she a Rogadin? No. Is she?
She has a giant.
She's not a Rogadin. What's that? She's because we didn't have a female Hrothgar. Is that what it is?
Oh yeah.
We didn't have the female. There was one race that was only male. Whatever race she is, I feel like I would have picked it if it was an option. I got the second other one.
I went real extreme. White guy with blue hair.
I was like, dude, we're playing a fantasy game. You don't want to have
that was
horns or whatever.
I mean, I love Attis. I can't ever change it now. He's the coolest. But that was as extreme as I got.
Everyone is smiling. I don't know what happened. This is what they do when it's spoilers.
I've been here the whole time. I know. Which I will say, by the way, putting that is a spoiler.
No, it's not.
To
We
me,
don't know
it
what it
is.
is. Oh, Kona. Kona
Right. Yeah.
is iterator.
Oh, yeah. The freaking two-headed dude stepped on the top.
You.
I'm pissed. We have not gotten these tacos. This is my when are they going to get to the fireworks factory moment. They need.
What is that?
That's from the Simpsons reference, but like we need to have everybody eating tacos at the beachside restaurant.
That's the ending.
Has
It's
to
like
be the ending.
it's like falafel.
I am oh yeah, no, it wasn't falafel, it was
Hello. No.
what was it called?
Shawarma.
I was like, it's a fun word, but it's not falafel.
The fourth guy is just Harry Potter in the Goblet of Fire. Zeralja.
Zeralja is the first brother.
One-headed
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
The golden alpaca. When it cuts to it and it's just standing there in the field literally glowing and you're like
Okay, you guys. So that map with the alpacas, I have been to Peru and went to Machu Picchu. It looks like that. Like, it totally looks like that. The mountains with the ruins and stuff.
well, so far everything is very
and the
like
alpacas just walk. They're just
Latin Central South America.
they just walk like this close. They don't.
Well, it's
care.
like
They're not
kangaroos in
fearless.
Australia.
Yeah, they just like come up to you. Well, because they know you're gonna get food.
I would
probably,
trust
but-
an alpaca more than a kangaroo.
Oh my god, they're adorable. They're a lot bigger than the game though. Like they're like.
Well, we don't know how big the characters are, I guess. We don't
I mean,
scale.
they look like donkey size in the game. My friends and I were like, he stepped on our tacos. He
Oh.
must die.
That was so sad. Oh my god.
Wook also overcame her fear of the alpaca to complete the challenge and understand them. Yes, and puts aside her seasickness to do the thing. Tom's description of Kona is on point. Ishtar and I have said the same thing about him. Charlie and this, Charlie and that. Kona, bro, we get it. He was actually invited to the rite of succession. Oh, was he really? Oh, he was invited?
But he is the adopted son as well.
Oh, well, that kind of changes my opinion if he was like nominated.
Because maybe he didn't want. Maybe it's not his idea.
If it wasn't your idea, but like if the Dawn servant asked you, well, then how are you gonna say no?
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a different context. That changes it
And
completely.
and we haven't mentioned though, he also has help.
yes, which I think is really fun.
Yeah, but that's also to me another thing why I think they end up joining. Because we got a couple scions over here, we got a couple scions over here. You know.
Yeah, she was the first female Hrothgar. That's what
cool.
it is. Yeah, I would totally make that character. Like, I can't now. Oliver Bentley is Oliver Bentley. I can't even change the. I wanted to change my eyes to match yours
Oh, the color.
because yours is blue and purple. I
Yeah.
don't know why, but I didn't like the purple eyes, so I put like a peach.
I spent
looking-
so long. I'll never forget the character creation.
Yeah,
day.
the first instruction of the female Hrothgar. So you can pick it now. I don't think I've seen female Hrothgar.
I don't
We
remember.
definitely don't have
you
one.
can use
HJP.
Fantasia.
No, it would be an alt. I'm not touching Oliver Bentley, dude.
Let me tell you how scared I was to Lalafellai's.
Okay, I'm this close to creating a Lalafell. That picture, Tin, that you made with Shiro in the where he was crashed out in Tuliola. I want to make a Lala so bad. Like,
It's fun. It is easy. Tin walked me through it. It's safe. I've now done it twice.
It's gonna be an alt. What do you guys think of the Kryl Pictomancer reveal? I haven't seen her in action yet. Or actually, no.
We
Have
did in the first. Well, in the first hunt, she kind of stopped and she was in.
Did we take her through the dungeon?
Yeah, she had to be in the.
Oh
dungeon,
yeah,
right?
she was in the dungeon. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like her jeans.
Let me tell you, I was torn when Graha stayed.
I'm not the biggest fan of Kryl. So, yeah.
But she does have a reason to be there, and the fact that Graha, it did make sense. Where her thing, I
Yeah,
did feel for
no.
her, where she was like, "I've been staying behind every time,"
No, I know.
and you actually realize she doesn't want to. But
But it's her grandpa, So
yeah,
it's like, yeah.
and so
you-
when
you gotta
Graha
go
was
do
like,
your
"I
thing.
will stay behind to take care of everything," you go, because his whole thing is like, "I want to go on adventures," and it's like, "Here's a cool adventure." He's like, "I'm gonna stay." No,
Tom almost swore to say B word. Did you
I-
say B word?
I don't think so.
One screenshot of HGP eating tacos on the beach coming up. What's it like doing MSQ together at the same time? It's the best. It is absolutely the best. We play the cutscenes at exactly the same time.
Yeah, it's the same thing yesterday when we did the Hildy stuff and we're all going through it together. It makes it a really fun shared experience.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah.
He owes you fresh tacos. All of us are going to get tacos after this. Some of my favorite areas you've yet to reach. Yay!
Oh, so cool.
Yes, how that zone so reminds me of Peru. Yeah, I feel like it seems like the whole, we had
Tiral's very like oh my god, it's Mayan vibes, like Central America, Southern Mexico kind of things, Latin America, and South America.
Yeah. Let's see. You can make one since Dawntrail launched. Oh, female Hrothgar are very uncommon because they aren't hot. Oh, whatever, dude. Well, guess I'm gonna make. Well, see, look, I can't get distracted though, because if I make it all, there goes. I have derailed the entire thing, so just gonna add it to the list. My oldest Luna plays a female Hrothgar. Yay! Were you around when we pranked Heather on April 1st? The thing is, female Hroth faces are a bit weird to be said because they think the community the female Hrothgar head are a bit small. Oh. I might go into the character creation screen and just see what I come up with. Because I'm curious if I make a purple, obviously I got a purple.
That'd be fun to see what you could make.
I just want to see what it would look like.
Kind of glams. Yeah. That'd be fun.
I definitely would have picked a female Hrothgar if I had started. Like if that was an option. So anyway, okay. Sorry, you gotta go play hockey.
I do. I got a playoff game tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we lose, we're out. And my phone, for some reason, decided to tell everyone I wasn't coming.
How did you do that?
That's a great question. It just sent there was a text thread of like, okay, here's lineups for today's game. And my phone just sent, good luck, everyone. And so then I got calls like, are you not coming? I tell you, I've had it up to here with Apple. Like I am.
Okay, discussion for another day. You can have that on the top stream. But I wanted to ask you, last first impression for Dawntrail.
It's
the dungeons that we did have been cool. So I don't think we've done a trial yet. But
we've only done the one dungeon, which was awesome. We have another one coming up. So far, I really love it. I'm super excited to see where it goes. I think it's a really solid foundation. And I also think I love that it is a fresh new thing. So we're like I don't need to remember all the insanity for like the past 12 years or whatever. I can like, okay, this character, this space, like
I thought they did it well. Like here's the new one.
Yeah. But I am excited though, since we do have a whole world and universe we're building on. I am excited to see how, if other things do come back and tie together, because I feel like they have to. It just has to. Yeah. That's the way the actual world works. Is very rarely are things totally separate.
And 14 has had a very good track record of making sure everything connects. So I'm sure
and which is also why then when they do repeatedly talk about Ishtola's goal, they talk about like when we see you again, when this, that.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't
obviously the door's
put
open.
that in unless you plan to act on it at some point. It might not be, again, several expansions, who knows, but
they just announced another Monster Hunter collab. What's your Dream 14 collab? Doesn't have to be realistic. Oh,
Portal.
God. Bash your
Earthbound. It's an adventure. It all makes sense.
Chrono Trigger?
Be fun.
I don't know how the hell you would collab that, though. World of Warcraft. Repo.
Yes. Give me a Semibot minion.
What? Cyberpunk? Look. Semibots.
Give me a Semibot mount.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Or a glam, and
everyone roll a Femme Hrothgar alt, and we do a parade. All right, guys. Well, that was super fun.
That was way fun.
When should we do? Well,
we have to see how far. Wait, sorry.
Yes.
Runar in the first.
Runar?
What is he?
A Hrothgar.
But so they're in the first and the source, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why wouldn't it be?
Well, because the first had similar things to the source, but they were called different things, like Lalafels and.
Oh, I don't think he was called Hrothgar in the
Okay.
first.
Okay.
But
Sorry.
that's what it is. He. Sorry. 14 Repo collab. Ace Attorney. Oh,
that'd be a
God.
great
Heck
one. The
yeah.
glams and the emotes, an objection emote. That'd be great.
Oh man, Godot. Sorry, that's a Ronso. That's what they were called. Ronso.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if you have suggestions, no, don't. Never mind. I cut myself off. Look at Finley. He's so cute. I was gonna say if you have suggestions on when we could do the next Dawntrail MSQ, let us know. But then you would have to tell us things, so that doesn't make sense. So
We're just gonna play till.
Yeah, we will. Well, I'll also keep you guys updated on our progress. Both Tom and I have an entry in the MSQ journal in the Discord, so we'll keep you updated. And yeah, hopefully soon. We've been really enjoying it so far.
It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
And thanks again for everyone for all your help through the patches and everything and all that stuff.
Yeah, and if you're new here, make sure to join us. Check us out at HeatherJustPlay.org. There's a link in the description to join our Discord server. We have a bunch of events every week. We've had 150 events, guys, since February.
Dang. Also, Finley knows our tone of voice when we end a stream, so you can see he's perking up, and as we say goodbye, he'll get more and more excited.
Yeah, he can hear us like winding, like ending the stream. It's
knows,
crazy.
Yeah.
He's like perfectly positioned right now. It's crazy. Yes, there you go, Arcada. Next one should be when you feel you want to share more thoughts.
Yeah, when enough happens that we're like, man, there's a lot to cover.
We got to cover.
That's the way to do it. So.
All right, guys. Take it easy. See ya. Catch you next time.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.